Generals, gentlemen.
Hello, and welcome back to Red Alert 3. It's been a while since I've done a different CNC game other than 0 Hour, and the reason why I'm doing that now is because Mr. Blake is off doing something with his weekend that doesn't involve video games, for whatever reason. Anyway, so my name is The Machine, not the General Gentleman, of course. Gonna be a solo cast here on Fire Island, pretty much the Infinity Isle of... nope. The Tournament Desert of Red Alert 3 is what I was trying to say, but failed. This is going to be Fort Del as our Soviet, I think. Oh, no. As our Empire, actually, on the purple side. And it will be Simon as the Soviet. So there will be the engineer caps on the Alderics. That's pretty normal. You can't really contest that on Infinity Isle. The Alderics are so safe and easy to secure, given the proximity of your base. There will be a bit of bears and a flak trooper here, anticipating a dojo core push, but it won't be happening, at least not yet, from Mr. Fordell. Yes, I got it right. I'm really good at this. Mr. Fordell. Going for his third refinery pretty soon as well. Does he even have a war factory? No, he's going for his third ref. It is scattered as well, but probably not really much of a position for... God damn it. Dimon to contest. He's going for a super reactor though. So probably going to be a fast airfield. I think it's pretty smart. You can really put the pressure on, especially if the Mecha Tengus are really harassed. No, delayed, sorry. Man, this is what happens when I cast different games. I just get all my words wrong. Yeah, airfield coming out straight away. So we'll see him go for a twin blade just to harass one of those harvesters, and then immediately I'm sure we'll see him go for some MiGs after that to have him, you know, the deterrence against those Mecha Tengus in the sky, the Jet Tengus. And this is the push now. We have a Flak Trooper, which is going to be able to ward off the Dojo Core. The cores can, of course, crush the bears, and really a good engagement here coming out of Fordell. He managed to get 2 or 3 of those bears for free, even a Flak Trooper, and those Flak Troopers are very expensive, $400, and... finally, the airfield's done. It may actually get scouted off though by Fordell. Yeah, he sees it with his burst drone, so he's gonna have a little bit of warning. Let's have a look at the war factory here, or rather the mecha base it's called. So he's got a Tengu waiting. So the twin blade shouldn't be able to really achieve too much here, because the Tengu's already there. Not until there's a MiG on the field, and there's a MiG now. So now we're gonna see Dimon start putting the pressure on. Going for his own third expansion, but this time in the water. So it's actually kind of risky to do that against Empire because they're very, very mobile and able to transfer their land units to the water quite easily. But because he's actually gone the Air Force build, it means it's not really an issue for him. He can defend the water just fine with his twin blades and his MiGs. As long as he doesn't lose the air superiority. And that's going to be 3 MiGs. So the Tengu army is going to have to be pretty huge. And really there isn't any VXs because... he hasn't teched up just yet. Defender core's coming down, but not in time to save the Harvester, so he will lose this one. Already putting Dimon in a pretty good spot, but another Defender core here as well on that expansion. So a lot of money's being invested in the static defense, but not on the other refinery. He's going to lose this Harvester here as well. There is 5 Tengus. Can he actually take the 4 MiGs down? Probably not. MiGs are much more cost effective, especially with the splash. But so far, it's looking pretty good until we see some VXs come out. There we go, they're transforming for the engagement. He's trying to actually get a nice concave, and there we go. The MiG's going to be fighting. Not quite much splash coming through, but still, I don't necessarily need it to trade effectively. Not the best micro there, as there was 2 MiGs that were, Tengus that were very low. Could have killed them, but either way, considering he killed 2 Harvesters, that's a pretty good engagement there. A MiG is almost the same price as a Jet Tengu, a little bit more, but not bad, especially with the third refinery on the way. A Tesla coil being placed down, so really going to be deterring himself against those Mecha Tengus. He just then has to worry about the Tropper VXs. The War Factory's down as well, so we could see a couple of hammer tanks. So we do actually have the Flak Troopers inside of the refineries. I do like that. If the Mecha Tengus do fly down, you can just use the magnetic bombs and really destroy them pretty much straight away. So nice defense. And there's a Terror Drone actually zapping the Tengu, so it can't escape. It's stuck there and it's trapped. There is a Bullfrog and a Flak Trooper there for defense. Actually, a couple of Flak Troopers, one in the garrison, one in the refinery. He finds... No, he cancelled his Tesla coil. Oh, now that's actually open. But he does have a twin blade. So that's a nice response. The bullfrog and the twin blade. Because they both can go on water. Again, if it was a hammer tank, he'd be quite stuck. So 3 Fs even, especially with the double Alderics, 1 for each player. Very, very even game in terms of the economy. 4th refinery ring placed down now by Dimon. And it's going to be hard for really both of our players to harass, given how much they've invested in the defense. And this harassment's actually not good on the side of Diamond, because he doesn't actually have a Crusher Crane, so he can't repair his MiGs. So you may see him go for a Crusher Crane now to keep that one up. And, oh, this is a Dox Core. Nice. So he could go for some of those Yari mini subs. That's going to be very effective since there is no naval defense. Only, oh, that's sneaky. Gets the Terror Drone into the MCV. Not going to be an issue because he does have the Dojo, not Dojo Core, the Mecha Core, Mecha Bay. Pretty close. Well, close enough that it will, he won't lose the MCV, but it will definitely waste a lot of time. So it's doing the economic harassment, and they're preventing him from getting that 4th refinery up, delaying it a lot more than what he would like. So Fordale's going to be not too happy about that one, but he is getting Yari mini subs now. So this is going to be excellent, and probably will be able to take down this 3rd. And looks as though we may see the MTV try and get the build radius over the water to get a naval yard down. Not really sure what he's going to be able to do with it, considering the water expansion isn't actually there, but it means if he gets a cooler sub, it's going to be able to deny that one entirely. But speaking of deny, look at this. No way for Dimon to defend this one. He sells it off, and if he kept the Tesla coil, he wouldn't have lost that. That's a bit of a shame to see. Bit of a stalemate here, as is pretty much always the case with Infinity Isle. Maybe it's called Infinity Isle because the game length can be infinity. It just never ends. So I think that naval play has actually put Fordale in a pretty good spot, but at the same time, there is the other naval expansion down on the water here for Dimon with the naval yard there to support it. Yari mini subs pretty weak against the Akulas, but this is a huge Tengu army, and with a mostly ground army, he can abuse his lack of mobility, but there's actually a few MiGs in the air as well, so he has to be careful. A lot of bullfrogs as well, a lot of anti-air. Bullfrogs are moving in, taking a bit of damage, but nothing to really write home about, as there is the drone shield thingy. Still doing a bit of harassment here with the poison. Not exactly that cost effective, but actually that's not bad. You got about 5 tank busters. It's worth it. Nice little cute harass trick there. Yeah, look at this. The Tengus do drop down, so they will snipe a bullfrog. The hammer tanks are here, and he has the MiG circling them. So if he lifts off, he's going to be taking a bit of harassment. It's really going to come down to just the micro. Oh, there we go. Easy snipe there on that twin blade. But here comes the follow-up from Dimon. Oh, MiGs I think maybe went a little bit too far, but still not losing any of them. Really nice control here so far. The Tengu army is growing. Stingray, in fact. So not going for the Akula, but it will allow him to harass the land as well if he wants to. There's the Akula. And with that, definitely going to be able to deny that 4th refinery. I don't think it's actually been scouted. Well, it's been scouted right now, in fact. He does see it. He knows what's up. Stingray is going to be trying to harass the harvesters. They can, I'm pretty sure, shoot over the walls, but not... They can't... Oh, no, they can't. Okay, but they can't shoot through 12 Tengus, so he's going to lose both of them either way. Meanwhile, the Akula is going to be taking down this water expansion, so... The Yaris are here, and the Tesla coils is going to be coming up soon. Tesla coil. So that's going to be able to deter these Yaris, but they're going to try and snipe the Harvester maybe in the meantime. They can, so long as Dimon doesn't actually get the shell on it. There we go. Tesla coil's down. Still, a lot of Tengus are roaming the skies. And the Hammer Tanks and the Bullfrogs aren't as mobile. Gets a nice snipe there on the twin blade, and the MiGs are really outnumbered, hardcore, but the Bullfrog's getting some nice splash damage, transforming down. There comes the Hammer Tanks. Black Trooper in the garrison. Can probably get that wounded one if he's paying attention. He gets it. Nice. I think he's actually a heroic. And this refinery is still here, surprisingly. as the coolers are moving in. Probably can't save it in time, and here's the Chopper VX. Finally we see them as a response to the Tesla coil. There's no MiGs left, I don't think, unless I'm missing them somewhere, so it will mean it's basically going to go down. Bullfrogs, they are amphibious, but they can't go down cliffs, unfortunately. Even the Aries are here as well. That's going to be the flat cannon coming out. It's actually going to be finishing. Not focusing that one down in time. They're pretty powerful. He needs to focus it down soon. There goes the naval yard. One VX falls. The Yara can just take that one out. It's still incredibly weak. Pretty good defense here as well with the tank busters, so not much chance for a counter attack. Here come the MiGs, the Tengus once again. The walls are blocking them off. A little bit late on the magnetic bomb, so Tengu there is delaying the harvesting for now. Looks like there was a bit of a action here, but the tank busters were able to get in their foxholes, so the bears can't kill them in their foxholes. And this Tengu harass is going to start really putting the economic hindrance here, but there's a lot of twin blades actually. A lot of twin blades, a lot of hammer tanks and bullfrog. This seems to be the composition, giving up on the MiGs. And actually he's managed to hold on to the refinery. The Tesla coil coming up just in time. A very important swing on the side of Dimon, because now it's still the 4 refineries against only the 3 of Fordell. The old derricks still stand. Chopper VXs can take them out very quickly. At the same time, so can the twin blades. But it will be quite risky for them to do so, given how much anti there is. Here come the tsunami tanks. So that's going to be able to harass the refineries here. Flat cannon is being placed, but no Tesla coil. Twin blades can defend against those the tsunami tanks, but only if the bullfrogs are nearby to deter those Tengus. And again, they can't drive down cliffs, so that's going to be a bit of an awkward spot to be in. A lot of tank busters here, so really bears are needed for Dimon to actually push through. These are tsunami tanks. Try and take down the walls. This harvester is going to fall. Probably not the refinery, though. So the MiGs are here. There's the bullfrogs. Tengu's going to be forced away. Tsunami tanks trying to escape. They do have the nano something, the shield that makes them go faster and generate. So not really a successful harassment there. Oh, but this is the engagement here. Tengu's getting shredded. They're all down on the ground. There's no anti-air here. The twin blades have free reign, but disengaging because the VX is on the high ground. Snipe down 2 MiGs. How much damage can the twin blades do before the MiGs re-emerge? Even then, they probably won't, because there's a lot of anti-air. So that was a really nice play coming out of Dimon. There's the transfer of the jet Tengus. The transform, of course, is the word I'm looking for. So this is slightly and gradually going towards Dimon. Getting some bit better engages. Going for the all. Nice work here. Or are the VXs? They're in the middle. They get some MiGs, but probably not worth it as he loses the old derrick. And that's going to be the nanotech mainframe. Do we have a battle lab as well? No. So it's going to be the tech advantage. And that's going to be pretty important. Yuriko is, of course, very powerful. Not necessarily against twin blades, though. Twin blades are the best counters. So you have to be careful of that. But also the wave force artillery is incredibly potent in these stalemate situations that tend to arise. 2 VXs go down. 3 of them, in fact. And those VXs, they're not cheap. It's 1,200 cash. Tengu is on the ground. The wall still remains. And meanwhile, this entire time, it's been the 4 refineries. As I have to consciously make myself not say 4 supply. So there's going to be a massive army advantage, not only for the extra refinery, but also because there's been a fair bit of money invested into the tech, the nanotech mainframe. So there's going to be a pretty big army advantage here, and I'd like to see Dimon try and punish it. Does he have a crusher crane? Still no crusher crane. He needs one pretty badly. I believe it's a fully heroic MiG as well, I think. Yeah, fully heroic. It'll regen itself though. But the other Veterancy one won't. Gets a snipe on the Imperial Docks. It's nice work. Because then it's going to allow him to get his other refinery back down. 5 tsunami tanks against an Akula and a Tesla coil. Should be fine. Akula subs are very cost effective. Tesla coils also cost effective. And I believe there's a flat cannon. Yeah, there is. There's a flat cannon there. So this is pretty much going to be an impervious defense on this naval expansion. Wave Force Tower. What? Not very common you see one of those. Those are incredibly badass. Those are really nice. But really, just look at the army. It's tiny. And there must be a Yuriko coming out soon. Yeah, it looks as like Dimon wants to attack now. Wave Force ready to party. Gets a bullfrog. Twin Blades not really. Oh, they get a Defender Core. It's gonna make it a bit easier for them to harass. And it's hard to establish those defenders later on into the game. Psionic Detonator. What? That's the super weapon. Very cheap, 2,500. He's desperate. And he has a pretty good defense here with the Wave Force. I think it's a Yuriko building now, looking at the slow build time. Destroying that wall from a safe distance is the Leech Beam. Once again, going to be sniping off with the Twin Blades. Losing a few of them, but should be fine. Engagements don't have to be cost effective here when he has a massive advantage. 5 refineries. Don't think the Leech Beam can actually outrange the Wave Force Tower, but the Twin Blades can with their air shots. Yeah, that got there very low. That was a very nice play there coming out of Dimon. And now the Leech Beams are just going to be sniping the armies at bay. There's so many tanks here. I don't really see how Fordell can hold this one. The MiG's getting sniped though. He loses all of them. Twin Blades as well getting attacked. This is pretty wonky here for Dimon, but he has the advantage nonetheless. Going forward, a lot of tank busters. He has to be careful. Where's the anti-infantry? There's no bears. There's no Natasha. He can't deal with these tank busters. Throws away his entire army. Wow. Dimon. That's bad. That's rough because he lost his army, which is the advantage he had against the teched up Fordell. Sonic Decimator's on its way. Still no Yuriko. Still no King Oni. But a lot of Tesla Troopers, and that's, I think, pretty clever. That's going to be a great way of dealing with the tank hunters, tank busters. He really needs to get Imperial Warriors with a Banzai charge, pretty effective against Tesla Troopers. There's Yuriko. Bears are also going to be pretty important. So the air superiority now becomes even more important. You really want to have that critical mass of Twin Blades that you can just snipe down Yuriko. Because if he doesn't, then he can be in a pretty rough spot. But there's Natasha. So Natasha's actually going to be able to snipe Yuriko pretty effectively. And here come the Apocalypse tanks. Even the V4s, I think it's a V4, they're very nice with the AoE rockets. Good against infantry. Good splash damage, good spread. He's found an undefended ore collector, so that's nice little harassment here. Every little bit matters when you are behind. And the longer this game drags out, it's going to be benefiting Mr. Fordell. 3 minutes 50 on the Psionic Decimator. It's a pretty long time. One more defense. Oh no, the Natasha's going to get sniped. Doesn't quite die. Oh no, just kidding. Yep. Nice. This is a great play. And this really is the problem with Infinity Isle is it's hard to break the camp because of the choke point nature. He's got no anti-air. He's going to lose his Twin Blades. Yeah, he'll get an ore collector. But he loses all of his Twin Blades. I think there's a Dreadnought coming out. That would be a really safe way to close this game, is just get a load of MiGs, get a Dreadnought, and then just bombard your opponent's base. Take out their refineries safely from the water. The only issue is Yuriko still going to be able to take down those. As long as you have the MiGs and the Twin Blades, you can snipe her down. Still looking for some harassment is the Tengus. And this is very impressive that he's holding off 5 refineries, only 3. 3 Wave Force artillery pushing through. This one's going to be very, very hard. Oh, nice. Chopper VXs gets the snipe on the Dreadnought. Doesn't even get the refinery or the harvester in time. Fully heroic. 2 fully heroic VXs. Their anti-building damage is so huge. They can snipe reactors incredibly quickly. War factories, battle reactors. Needs to keep an eye on these Chopper VXs. They're flying around looking for something. Tengus are getting taken out, but that's not really much of a big deal. Trying to buy some time. Yeah, he gets taken out here. Oh, nice. The Wave Force is sniping the refinery from the water. That's the V4s, though. Dreadnought as well. Not quite able to hit the moving target. The V4s splitting up their shots. Not enough damage. Dreadnoughts are still firing. He's going to be able to snipe these Wave Force if they're not moving. And focusing his attention to the middle. Sonic Decimator coming up pretty soon. Decommissioned Satellite will take down the barracks, half the war factory. Nope, not even that. A third of the war factory. Dimon looking to push through the middle, but he's picking it off gradually with his V4s. The Dreadnought's still there. He's able to take down the refinery if he gets a little bit closer. Dimon has to act soon. It is Dimon, I think. Yeah, Dimon. He has to act soon because there's only a minute left and that thing's going to be able to take down his whole ground army, if not most of his base. Sniping the power plant's a good move to make as well here because it will buy him time. If the power runs out, it will pause the countdown. Not able to snipe it just yet. Dimon, is he looking to make a play here? The walls are really preventing him from attacking. The Wave Force snipes the V4s. There's Yuriko. There's 4 Twin Blades, though. Get the snipe. 30 seconds on the Decimator. 5 Wave Force artillery. V4 still firing from afar. But 4Dill's always moving his units around. Nothing's getting caught by the V4s. The Apocalypse tanks, they're not doing anything. Tarch is not doing anything. That's the honorable discharge. No, not honorable discharge. The attack speed thingy. He's anticipating the attack. And he's still defending now. Decimator. 3, 2, 1. It's ready to go. He needs to split up his armor. He needs to prevent this from being clumped up. Because he's going to be able to fire and take out this whole army. He's getting vision. There we go. Sonic Decimator. It's found the whole army. Even the Twin Blades get taken out. MiGs. Everything gets destroyed. That was really, really bad from Dimon. He shouldn't have had his army in that big of a clump, especially with the MiGs. The Twin Blades rather, they were all in the one spot. If he split up his army, it wouldn't have happened. He would have only lost half of it. The Iron Curtain has been placed as well in 3 minutes. A lot of Chopper VXs has found the MCV. He's going to be able to shred that incredibly quickly. Doesn't have any MiGs. He's only got, what, 1 of them? That won't be enough to save him. That's the MCV down. Great stuff coming out of 4Del. Natasha's still here, but no attacks against the Chopper VXs. There's the Bullfrogs, but the Heroic VXs are very, very potent against them. Heroic Bullfrog, in fact, is going to be the alpha male, I guess. Taking down all these VXs. All of them. Every single one of them. Wow. That was a very clutch play that shouldn't have happened. Still, the battle lab is here, so another Dreadnought's going to be available. And it's still 5 against 4. 5 against 3. Surely some of these ore mines are depleted. Yeah, no, it's actually 1. 1 ore refinery as the other 2 are depleted. Wave Force Artillery is going to be pounding up this naval base once again. Needs to have the air superiority to defend this. Jarman snipes the Wave Force, and yes, I did say Jarman snipe intentionally. That's totally what it is. The V4s are firing. The Wave Force not quite moving in time, but it wasn't actually the main shell rocket, so it couldn't take it out in one shot. There's a power plant taken out. Does that mean low power mode? I don't think it does. I think it was just the blocking of the harvesters he was more concerned about with the refinery. A very desperate defense. Depleted, so it's 2 ore mines. This one's almost timing out. Third one in the water probably isn't going to be reboot, knowing that there's the Wave Force ready to deter it. The wall swag is here. Shout out to Cybit. Wall swag. Ah, nice. Guess the Bullfrog is actually force firing the Wave Force. Yeah. Wants to deny it being recaptured. I thought he was going to bullfrog an infantry unit and actually capture it, but in the end only a terror drone. You still get some ore, but just not very much. It's still worth harassing, I guess, if you can. And I think this game is really coming down to the fact that the Wave Force artilleries are just vastly superior to the V4s. Look, two-shotting, almost taking out the Apocalypse tanks. The Wave Force, you can't dodge their targets, so the V4s you can. It's a slow-moving projectile. Like Game Empire, it's pretty strong. I think the Iron Curtain's actually pretty smart. Yeah, that's nice. He's actually going to be dropping off 3 Apocalypse tanks in the Twin Blades, and he has the Iron Curtain ready to go. He can drop down and just destroy the Decimator, the War Factory, really the army, I guess. I mean, it lasts a pretty long time, and with 3 Apocalypse tanks, but can they get sniped down the Twin Blades? There we go. Dropping down the Apocalypse tanks and the Iron Curtain as well. What's he going to go for? Probably just the construction yard. And then the Mecha Bay, I would say. Yeah. That's the construction yard. Turning his sights to the Harvester and the Mecha Bay. The X's can't do anything. They're invulnerable inside the Iron Curtain. He's still only got 2 minutes on the Decimator core, so that's going to be a bit of a priority. He's going to get the Mecha Bay, by the looks of it. Yeah, he will lose all 3 of them, but that is a huge setback. Meanwhile, the Twin Blades getting some snipes on the Wave Force artillery. Very effective use of the Iron Curtain. And really, even if Decimator goes off, it's not really going to be a huge deal, honestly. So long as he doesn't have his entire army on his entire base, like he did before, where he just gave him the ultimate blob to get hit by the super weapon. I don't think he can even rebuild anything. No, he lost his MCV, he lost his War Factory, so all he can do is try and hold out for the Decimator and hope that the rest of his army can finish what's left off. The MCV hasn't been rebuilt though, so maybe building one would be a good move. It might actually be one coming out now of Dimon. Yeah, he's rebuilding it. So that's actually a smart play to make, because if he loses his War Factory, and he's going to probably target here, Barracks, War Factory, Airfield, Battle Lab, he'll lose everything. So he really needs to have that MCV out pretty urgently. Otherwise, he could try and snipe the power plant, but there is 3 of them, and there's a couple of VXs, so that wouldn't be easy to do. Yeah, the V4s are just not very good. Not really doing that much here. 25 seconds. The MCV needs to come out soon. It needs to come out very, very soon. Another MiG. I don't know if that MiG was worth it. If the MCV is caught within the War Factory, he's gonna lose it to the Decimator. He needs to get it out fast. 5 seconds left. This actually could be a lot of problem if the Decimator is able to attack it. It's firing now. The MCV, is it within range? He's going for the base. He's got a nice angle. He gets most of the base here, but not actually the MCV. And surprisingly, he doesn't have enough damage to take out the War Factory. Wow. I thought it actually would take out a War Factory and a Battle Lab. That's disappointing. So that's really it. I don't see how Fordell can come back from this. Dimon can just chill. He's got income. He's got buildings. Yeah, he calls it GG. Oh. That would have been very close, actually, if the Decimator was able to one-shot the buildings, but it wasn't. So that... disappointing, but shoutouts to Fordell for actually making use of a super weapon. It's not very common you see that in really any CNC game, but especially Red Alert 3. Well, I guess probably the worst is Kane's Wrath because of the cost, but really, yeah, Red Alert 3, it's not hard, but it is hard, but it was pretty smart because he knew that he was turtled, he couldn't really push out, did the best that he could, but Dimon just having too much cash, too many refineries. So that's it, folks. Thanks for watching Red Alert 3.